It's one of those I can't.
Okay, Ramon. Here's a question for you. Um, what has come up this week? If you could sum up this week,
That's easier.
if you could sum up this week, and kind of just go back and forth of what happened this week that changed, because this week was a different week. This week was like Amber Heard took the stand. Did she have some good points? Did she make her statement? Did she prove herself, the true victim in this situation? Did she bring justice to herself? Ramon, please, by all means.
Right, okay, cool. Right, so Amber Heard finally took the stand, and her attorney asked her a lot of questions, and they were basically going over everything so far that's happened and what Johnny Depp has already spoken about. Now, she's recounted everything. In particular, towards the end of this week, they were talking about an incident that took place in Australia where Johnny Depp, if you do know or do not know, he lost part of his middle finger. The top was chopped off. Now, he's already given his account of what happened in his examination about a week or two ago, and he had a cross-examination by her attorneys, and she's gone up to give her account of what happened, so amongst other things, but this is kind of where they're at. She was on the stand, I think, on Wednesday afternoon from about 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 5. Then she was on all Thursday, so in total she was about 10, 11 hours maybe, and she just kind of rambled on and on and on and on. All this stuff was coming out, and it's very difficult. Like I say, I've watched everything, and even I was not losing interest, but I was finding it difficult to keep up, because if you guys know or you don't know, there's audio tapes that a lot of us have listened to that are online from years ago that are actual physical audio tapes where you can listen to conversations between all of them. But the problem with that is they are of these events that she is talking about. If you listen to the audio tape, then listen to her in court, they don't add up at all. So
that's something I noticed a lot watching this trial is okay. Let's move up to like the photos a little bit here or something like that. When she tried to present those photos and the story she described leading up to the photos. Oh, the bed and the bed sheets and the pillows were all covered in blood. My hair was ripped out, and there was pus
ripped out.
Pus coming from my head.
The problem that I've got with this, right, is this is like a genuine thing. This isn't just because I favour Johnny Depp. I've said this in my streams. I clearly favour Johnny Depp in this because I like Johnny Depp. I don't like her. Right. I'll be honest about it. So my opinion is going to be biased towards Johnny Depp. Right. But if something comes out and there's video footage of him going up, "Oi, Amber," and I'm watching a video of him hit her, the guy deserves to go to jail. I'm not going to just pretend and side with someone just because I like him. I'm going to be honest about it. However, so far, Johnny Depp has provided his own statement, so she's done her own statement. He's had a doctor, he's had a nurse, he's had 3 different police officers, he's had 2 security guards, he's had witnesses, people that have worked for Amber Heard. So far, there's been like 15 people that have gone up as witnesses and said, I see this with my own eyes. Everything Amber's got has been what she said. No one else has ever seen anything except her.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
No, that's a very solid point.
It's weird, mate.
Yeah, no one's
weird.
This was the week to bring those people up, right? Like that.
Right.
This was the week to do that. Like if she had witnesses speak on her behalf, this was the week to do it. And did she have any? Did she have she had a psychiatrist? Right?
No, she had one. So basically, she had one therapist come up, and this is messed up, man. So she had a therapist come up, right? And she done a psychological analysis of her, and she said all of this stuff that's come out about her borderline personality disorder and all these other things, I don't buy into that. She's got none of those things. Then it came to Johnny Depp's attorneys with the therapist on the witness stand. They said, when did Amber Heard hire you to become the therapist? 2020. Oh, so she hired you after Johnny Depp was suing you for this case. So in other words, she didn't have any witnesses. Right. She hired up a therapist, went to her, told her all of this stuff, and then that therapist has come to this trial because Johnny Depp was suing her. So that don't make sense to me. She's only been hired since Johnny Depp was going to sue her.
What are you thinking, Seth?
Bit mad, isn't it?
No idea. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation, and I don't think
it's bizarre.
It's it's clear, you know, like Johnny Depp has more going for him at the moment, you know, but like, and like Ramon said, I like Johnny Depp, so I'm going to be biased already on his side, especially since there has been no actual evidence of him hitting her. Now,
Yep.
maybe a bombshell drops at some point during this court case, and you know, like Ramon said, I'm not gonna just like him for the sake of liking him anymore. But like, I think I don't want to give sides. I don't think I want to give sides until.
But look at
I
it this
will.
way,
Well, you
Seth.
will in a minute, mate.
Look
You will in a minute.
look at it this way, Seth. Again, this was the week for her to bring all of her evidence.
However,
That's a fair point.
However, when she's done her cross-examination, which means when Johnny Depp's attorneys have all spoken to her, she will then probably have witnesses come up. I think the only person that's actually going to take to the stand after for her will be her sister. Now, I'll go, well, that's cool, her sister's spoken, but at the same time, I can't really count that as more than the cops, more than the security guards, more than the video
Right.
footage, more than the audio, because a sibling is going to protect you no matter what. You go, all right, your sister said she's backing you. Well, your sister's going to back you anyway. Even if she chopped off Johnny Depp's arm, her sister's still going to go on there and go, no, he did this first, because it's a sibling. So
Yeah.
to me, you need something. But the biggest, as I say, the biggest problem, I'll try and find it now. I've got two clips, right? Now, on Thursday, Amber Heard was on the stand, and she gave her account of what happened in Australia. So, in Johnny Depp's mind, just a quick one. That apartment at the place in Australia, he was filming Pirates of the Caribbean 5. They were at the place, and he was drinking in the place, and she threw a bottle at him. It missed him. She picked up another one, threw it at him, chopped off the top of his finger. That's not what happened in her eyes. She went on the stand, said he beat me up. He was throwing me into the wall. He picked up a phone. He smashed the phone into the wall. It exploded into pieces. Then he abused me, as in he ripped off. He abused her. He got it's disgusting, man. He
sexually abused her.
Right. He got
Right.
a bottle and used a bottle on it, like, you know, he
Yeah.
cut her up. He headbutted her, broke her nose, gave her 2 black eyes. Right. This is her account on the stand, and I'll show you her clip. Then what I'm going to show you afterwards is the audio clip at the place, and you can hear what she's saying. Compare it to what she said on the stand. It's 2 different people. It's nuts.
All right.
It's nuts. So
Go for it.
I'll just find the where is it? Share video file. Amber video number 1 film trigger.
Oh, there it is. All
Right,
right.
so this is right.
There were some bottles broken on the floor.
Right, so basically this is her in Australia saying, and I've cut out all the little breathing bits. So if it skips, ladies and gents, it's just I've cut out all the bits where she's and all that. I've just cut out. So it's
Yeah.
This is actually after, again, forgive me, I wish I could remember the sequence, but it's flashes. He's throwing these bottles at me. I remember retreating. There were also cans, like soda cans, beer or soda cans, and they're coming at me one after the other.
Hey, Ramon,
I
can you
keep
pause that
pulling
for a second?
myself into the bar
yep.
area. There's a
it's
bar
about. I
behind.
think each clip's about 2.5 minutes each clip. So
No, it's fine. I just wanted
cool.
to do I have control over this?
I don't know.
I do.
I've just got to play.
That is weird.
Can you?
I do.
I have control over your video. Yeah.
Oh, then you do it. Then you do it.
Well,
then.
no. I just wanted to get back to this shot right here, because this shot right here is. I think this tells a lot of. It shows a lot of deeper story here, and that's if you watch when Johnny Depp is on stand, he keeps his head down. He talks about the situation. He doesn't really make eye contact unless he says something that gets the crowd laughing a little bit. Then he kind of perks up and he chuckles. But if you watch Amber Heard, she's
staring at him the whole
at
time.
him the whole time, like staring right at
Even
him.
now, she's staring at. Even when this part, she's staring at him, and he put a quote out when they got a divorce. You'll hear it on one of the audios. He said when they got a divorce, he told her, and it's on there, and he says, "I'm never ever going to look you in the fucking eyes again. You've destroyed me. You've ruined me." This whole court case, he hasn't looked at her once.
Yeah.
If you look at her, every time she's talking, she looks at the jury, and then she stares at him, hoping that he'll look
Right.
at her. It's weird, bro.
It's not weird. This is from what. Listen, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. I'm not a psychologist, but this seems pretty basic. abuser and abusee situations. You know, when someone's an abuser, they look down like this. They put their head down like this. When someone's
that's what I'm saying. You'll see through this clip.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the
Please
audio
continue,
ever
Ramon. I'm
after.
sorry. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, you'll see from the clip and the audio after that it. As I say, I say to people, make up your own mind. I'm biased, but I'm saying, listen to this for yourselves, and you tell me.
Beer or soda cans, and they're coming at me one after the other, and I keep pulling myself into the bar area. There's a bar behind me in like I don't know, like an L shape. He's standing in the only way you can exit, so I'm kind of trapped in front of this sink, surrounded by bar on 3 sides with him in front of me ish, kind of front off to the left. And he's throwing these bottles one after the other, and I can feel glass breaking behind me. I remember feeling one of them go by my head really fast. I mean, a velocity, a real...
Right, I've got to remember that first. So she just said, this is just something to remember, right? She just said she went into the bar area, he threw bottles, and bottles went past me in the bar area. When you hear the audio from her at the place in a minute, she goes, I threw the first bottle. So that's already one lie.
Velocity. I remember being terrified. I remember I couldn't move, I couldn't go anywhere. I eventually trying to, I don't know, he ran out of things to throw. I think that's how I moved myself towards the exit. And I believe that's most likely when we got kind of in this struggle by the bar area, because I remember my feet slipping on the tile as he was slamming me from the wall to the countertops. At one point, he has me up against the wall and he's punching the wall. He had my, nightgown and kind of ripped it off my chest.
I'll cut that.
Naked.
It's a bit rude.
And I'm slipping around on this tile and trying to get my footing. And I remember slipping on this tile. Glass was underneath me, and I remember just trying to get my footing. I felt really destabilized and felt really vulnerable. I'm naked. He's flinging me around, and at some point, I'm up against the wall, and he's screaming at me that he fucking hates me, that I ruined his phone.
Yeah, she swears a lot there.
On the wall next to where my head was. And he went from punching the wall to realizing there was a phone there, and he picked up the phone and he's screaming. He's rah! At the top of his lungs, screaming, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You ruined my fucking life. And screaming at the top of his lungs, he picks up the phone and starts bashing the phone against the wall where I was just being held. And
So listening to that, you'd think that's quite... I was watching this and I'm like, man, this is deep. This is... Right? So watch this next part. This is bizarre.
I remember kind of having some distance on what was happening and watching him do this. And it was like his energy had shifted. And I was that phone all of a sudden. And he was just over and over again smashing this phone into the wall over and over again, screaming at me. And I was watching.
Right, this here...
Is that the phone?
So, right, that's the phone. This is a photo of evidence that was put in. That phone there is apparently smashed into pieces. It doesn't look like it's been smashed to me. So let's not watch.
Every single time.
This is taken
his
after
hand
the
back.
incident.
It was just breaking into pieces. I remember thinking this phone is disappearing. He was smashing it to smithereens, just going into the wall. And at some point, he's on top.
So explain that. So that's one thing, and that photo was taken by. That was taken by, his name is Ben, and he's going to be in the next clip, the audio clip. So at the house is Ben. Ben is, I don't want to call him a butler because that's insulting, but he went on to become a witness and he went on the stand. So yeah, Jim, I'll be speaking about that. Yeah, the broken glass thing is just crazy. So,
I do like the John McClane call back there.
Yeah. So
just rub your toes on the carpet. You'll feel much better.
So basically, the audio clip, Amber Heard handed this in when all of this started back in, I think it's 2016 or whatever. She handed in a phone, and her phone was recording all the audio of what was going on in the house at this time. So that's what we're going to listen to now. So you're going to hit the names you will see is Jerry Judge, which is like the I suppose, security guard, Mr. Kipper, which is the doctor, and I'm not sure of the nurse's name. I forgot her name. I think her name's Debbie. Yeah, Debbie the nurse. So it's Jerry, David, Debbie. Jerry, David, Debbie. Yeah, so there's 3 of them. You're going to hear them at the place after Johnny Depp has just lost his finger. And you're going to hear what what he's actually said, and it's bizarre considering what she's just said there. So apparently he's abused her, right?
Right.
He's thrown her around, punched her, used a bottle on her. He's headbutted her, which was I didn't show it, but he headbutted her, and she's got 2 black eyes.
2 black eyes, a broken nose, blood everywhere.
So obviously the doctors and the nurse would be like, "What the fuck? Like, what's happened to you?" That's what they would right. But that doesn't happen.
Oh, let me get that.
This is weird, mate. Some of it's a bit hard to hear. So he's saying, this was all on the Sunday afternoon, and he's just coming back from the hospital, and they're trying to find the top of his finger to go to the hospital to get it put back on.
Fucking understood what you are and who you are and how you fucked me over and make me feel sick of myself.
This gets nuts. This is Dr. Kipper, this is. You can hear it, you can't really hear it on here, but he's going to need a skin graft, otherwise he's going to need otherwise he's going to need skin properly. So she did this. Look, Ben, that's the guy, the guy who looks after the house. That's the nurse. Look, Debbie, and it would have been there where the initial injury was, so they're trying to find the top of his finger.
Well, actually, it could be in here, too.
This is only about another minute and a half, but she shattered the bone. This is the doctor saying this.
Yeah.
This is the doctor. No one else. So you know, I don't know if you can tell from it, but she shattered the bone. The majority of the blood, Debbie, is downstairs, but I went through that really carefully, trying to find the top of the finger. Then Amber comes in. And she's crying, poor Johnny, poor Johnny. I love him. I never meant to hurt him. I didn't do it on purpose. And they're trying to like, give her something to sedate me. He's walked away from her again, and she's saying he needs me. Right, so you've got to bear in mind, right? I won't go through it because it's another couple of minutes. But what I'm saying,
who recorded this?
This is on her phone by accident. So basically, I'll guys, if you want to find this, it's all on YouTube. You could just type in the audio and you'll find it yourselves on YouTube. There's loads and loads of them. So basically, what happened? She initially accused them of all this stuff in Australia in 2016. She handed her phone in. This was on her phone from that occasion. So this is from her phone. She didn't know that she'd recorded it.
How did they obtain this? How did they obtain this? Like, if it was from her phone,
I don't know.
Oh, did she?
That's
strange.
But what I'm trying to say is, his finger's just been chopped off. They're about to go to the hospital, try and get his finger put back on. The doctor's there, the nurse is there. If she's sitting at the stand, she's got blood all over her, blood all up her arms, all her hands. She's been headbutted. All her clothes are ripped because he's assaulted her. She's standing in front of the doctor and the nurse. Why hasn't anyone said to her, "Are you okay? What's happened to you?" Nothing.
Right.
There's none of that. And it goes on and on. I mean, as I say, guys, I'd suggest you go and listen to it yourselves, because when you listen to that and then you go back and then listen to her testimony on the thing, they don't add up.
They don't add up at all. No,
they don't line up at all.
Well, and not just that, but like after she had been accused, and listen, I'm like you guys. Listen, I like Johnny Depp, but I'm also a person that doesn't. I'm not going to let. I don't want Johnny Depp to be guilty, but could he be guilty? Absolutely. But
could be.
I'll wait for the evidence. I haven't seen any of the evidence. And then she's telling this story, this very vulgar tale. And she describes of how like he headbutts her, he broke her nose, her blood is everywhere. And she provided photo evidence. And the only photo evidence that she provided shows that the phone that he used to beat her and beat the wall with, that was broken into pieces, was still whole. The photos that she shows of herself are very like it looks like she has had like a long night. Like she didn't even look like if you're listen, I've seen people get punched before, much less have a broken nose, and they don't look like that. They don't look that
No,
good
I know.
afterwards, you know. And
It-
unless Johnny just really sucks at hitting, and I don't want to make light of the situation, but if he really just hits like
The thing that
I
makes
don't know,
it difficult.
I don't
The
know how
thing
to
that makes
explain
it so difficult is because she's on the stand. You tend to believe her because, like, again, I myself am watching it and I believe it because I'm watching it, and it's hard. I felt like, come on, you know me, guys. I'm pretty messed up in the head. I'm pretty sick, and you know me. I'm very outspoken. When she was talking, and even though that I knew that I've heard the audio tapes, even though I knew that what she's saying wasn't matching up because I've heard it and I'm listening to it, and it still made me feel sick because I was visualizing what she's saying, and she went into such detail, and it was making me feel sick. And I'm like, man, this could make, like, he's disgusting. But I'm like, nah, man, I've heard the audio, and the next day, that guy Ben, the I don't want to call him butler, man. I feel so bad. Like
the housekeeper.
What would you call him? Right, the housekeeper. My bad. He seemed like such a nice fella. He's on this audio tape then, and he's going, look, I'll take her back to LA. And he talks and he takes her back to LA. And then a photo is taken of her when she got to LA and she got off the plane. And let me just show you that photo now, and then I'll end.
All right, real quick,
all of this.
Jim. Real quick, I just want to read Jimbo's comment. He says, her ex-assistant is making claims that she took her abuse story that she told her in private and is using it as her own.
I've heard about this before, actually.
Oh,
And listen, check that out.
really?
That's her at the. So that was on the Sunday that happened. This is on the Monday afternoon in LA.
Yep.
Where's the bruises and the black eyes?
Yep.
That's the next day.
The next day, after she got her
That's the
nose
next day.
broke. Well,
After- yeah, and after-
Ramon, don't you know, like, the good makeup cover up that she can do? She's a Hollywood actress. She can get covered up in the highest quality of makeup.
And one of the last ones is that when she first went up to testify, she'd done all of this long spiel, which I was like, wow, that's a really interesting story. And then someone put up on Twitter her speech, word for word, and a speech from the talented Mr. Ripley, and it's the same word for word, except for saying talented Mr. Ripley, it says Johnny. And it's literally a quote from the movie. And she said it on the stand.
I remember hearing something about that. Maybe I was watching one of your videos and I heard
Yeah, I
something
didn't
about
cover
that.
it. I'll see it afterwards. But yeah, and I listened to it and watched it again. But even the way she was doing it, it didn't feel real the way she first went up, because she was like, he was hitting me and hitting me, but we were so in love. And I'm like, no one talks like this, bro. No one talks like this.
Well, hold on, Jimbo. Jimbo, not Ramon. Sorry, Jimbo has a comment for you. But in her defense, if you will, it's just
Yes.
to play sweet in here.
Yep.
She people that are in domestic abuse, and I've seen a couple of close people that have been in domestic situations.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the how much they kind of disconnect themselves from reality. Oh no, it's not that bad. They talk when things are a constant whirlwind, or a constant storm in your life. When you get just a regular storm instead of a tornado, the regular storm don't seem so bad. You know what I mean?
True.
I'm just throwing out there a little bit of perspective on that.
It's also in my subconscious that something's going to come out to prove that he did do this, because the accusations she's making are so fucking wild. But it's hard for me to believe it when she says it all on the stand, and then, like, I've just played that to you, like, Seth, as well. Like, you've just that's it there. It's like it's there. That's the actual thing. It's there. And it's hard to go, well, that don't make sense to me. Like, that doesn't add up. But it's not, the problem with it is it's not just that one time. Because she describes other situations where there's assaults. And then we've had 3 different police officers testify that they went up to her on different occasions and said, no, we checked her, she had nothing on her. But she's saying otherwise. So does that mean Johnny Depp's lying, the 3 police officers are lying, the doctor, she was, after she got back from Australia, she see a doctor. The doctor went up there and said, here's her medical record. We checked her. There was nothing on her. So does that mean the doctor's lying as well? All the police are like, is everyone lying but her?
Right, and that's what it seems like. And is there before we're about to get to our Doctor Strange?
Sorry.
No, you're
sorry,
fine.
man.
I just want to remind everybody that we're going to get to our Doctor Strange spoiler-free talk here in just a moment. But I did want to cover this case with Ramon real quick. Is there anything else you wanted to add to your Amber Heard Johnny Depp case that
I think
like a nail in the coffin for you, or way to end this?
What this always comes down to is defamation. She had an article written and put in the Washington Post that said that he'd done all of this stuff. He's just trying to clear his name. I don't think it really matters right now if he win. I personally don't think it matters whether he wins this case or not anymore. I think the public and everyone, when we're sitting here talking about it, listening to clips and watching it going, and I think the majority of people are going, I don't believe her, So I don't think it really matters now. If he loses this case, I think he's still won his name back, and I think that's all he cared about.
Right.
So I don't really care what happens. I think he just wanted his name to clear his name, and it's proved. Like there's evidence of police saying and security guards saying no. She jumped over my shoulder. She's punching him in the face, and I'm like, you've got people of testifying. No one's come through for her. There's no videos of it the other way round. Yeah. So if she doesn't show that, she can't. There's no way she could possibly win. That's how I look at it.
Well, Jimbo says, I'm sorry, but none of her testimony feels real and genuine. The fake tears, the blatantly posing for a picture in the middle of a breakdown. Yeah. But once again, I am biased as well. And that's the hardest thing, is to take away your bias. That's the hardest thing in this trial.
It is. I can't.
It really is.
I struggle with it.
But the thing is her nothing's come to light. But I mean, the only thing that's really come to light out of this whole thing is that, number one, she's exaggerating her story. If any of it is true, then it's exaggerated. And number two, Johnny does have a toxicity. He does have alcohol and drug abuse
100%
problems, and that also needs to be rectified in his world. But like, does that make an abuser? No, it does not. All right, We're gonna move forward here. Seth, is there anything you want to add on to that?
I was just about to say that everything Jimbo just brought up was what I was going to bring up, because I've seen the video of her posing for the picture. Because
it's crazy.
Yeah, she's like
I don't think I've seen this video.
She's wiping her tears that don't exist, and she's like, she has the tissue on her face. She glances over really quickly, and then she holds it still for one. She holds it still for 1 second, and then you see the camera flash, and then she starts,
and then she carries on. And that's when she was as a witness.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, bro?
Literally posing for the photo.
Weird.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird that would even be on your mind. It's like it's like Seth said. It's that strategic thing, right? You're getting, if you're going to blow your nose, you're like, and then she's looking around. She sees if attack, she went, and she just holds it there. You see the flash go off in her face, and then she goes,
yeah.
And you're like, dude, like you're not even going to. If you're that effed up, you've just been speaking about being abused. You're not going to be given a fault to a camera going off.
Right.
It's not normal, is it?
No, none of this is normal. None of this is normal. But Ramon, thank you so much for giving us our Depp and Amber Heard court update. If you want to follow this regularly, but you can't,
here's Ramon.
But you don't
Ramon
have
Morgan.
But you don't have hours and hours and hours to watch the trial. Well, guess who does? Ramon does. So you can head over to his channel on Hit or Miss TV, where he does daily coverage.